So this burrito mix is ground beef with some of the beans that Chris cooks outside on the wood fire. So it's got that smoky wood flavor to it. Oh man. And if I'm not mistaken, she's got leftover ground beef, which is going to become hamburgers today or tomorrow. We're also blessed so far that our grandniece does not appear to be a picky eater. She's eating everything. No problems. She's definitely like a fruit and veggies kid. She loves every single fruit and veggie she can get her hands on. Yeah, that makes sense, Joe. I remember I was actually just joking about this with my sister-in-law when I picked up my niece yesterday. I was like, "Hey, remember swim lessons with your son?" Because I was there. I think it was 2017, and my nephew would have been like, I don't know, 3 or 4, and he was going to swim lessons for the first time. And I was there with my sister-in-law, and he was not having it. He was full on hysterics in the pool, like full on body lock when they tried to put him on the slide. Like he would full on body lock and like grab the edge of the slide and like, fuck you, I am not going down this. And it was only, like a 2-foot slide. But she and I were sitting in the truck just laughing our asses off at him, just like having a meltdown with the swim teachers. And she has video of it, and to this day, she'll send it to him when he's 11 now, and when he's having like a temper tantrum, she'll send me, she's like, some things never change. Heinrich says, my stress moment was when I had to tame my horse at 8 years old. My grandpa said the secret was going over the river, and the rivers are cold in Iceland. That's legitimate trauma as well. I had a hard time learning how to float. That was my thing. I never learned how to properly, like, float in water, like tread water. To this day, I can't tread water for shit. But I have learned, as an adult, I learned how to float. But I couldn't get it as a kid. I just couldn't calm down enough to properly, like, float in the water. But I'm still not good at treading water. Like, that has never been... I just never got good at it, and I never cared enough to learn. And even after we lived for 8 years in Cancun, I just never cared. Let's come back to that lady. And we went to the beach a lot, Chris and I, but I just never cared to get good at, like, I got comfortable swimming in the water, but I never got good at swimming. And I've just never cared to learn because I just don't want to live. I don't care to live on the water. I'm happy not going into the water. Very happy to not do that. This is another door that probably requires a key. So that's the same key that the other one required. And this is... So I actually saw this from over there. So this is just another area where I need some sort of a minor key. Yep. Alright. Well, I can't go anywhere there without some sort of a key from miners. Swimming is never easy to learn. You just forgot how hard it was in the beginning. Probably, yeah. Jaws ruined it for you. I had a very traumatic experience when I was about 13 in a river where I went to, like, it was like a summer camp thing for church kids. And we went to the river to go swimming, and all the other kids like wanted to swim out to this. There was like a rock or something, or I don't know, something that was out there like 50 feet, and they all went, and I wanted to do it too, but I was not a good swimmer, and so I'm out there doggy paddling and not being very good at it, and I totally petered out and went under and sucked in. And I'll never forget that sensation of like going down and my feet touching the bottom, and then my arms were so tired I couldn't like pull myself back up, and I was only probably a few inches under, you know. It wasn't like I was 20 feet down. It was just like my little 13-year-old head was like here and the water was up here, and I sucked in a big old lungful and then panic clawed my way to the surface, and a couple of the church counselors like ran down and pulled me out of the water and like slamming me on the back, and I'm like coughing up water out of my lungs. And dude, I've never liked swimming after that.
Listen, I don't want any trouble. I'm just looking for supplies.
I had a really hard time the first time I ever went scuba diving off the coast of we were in Greece in Turkey, in Bodrum, Turkey, and we were staying at a resort, and we went scuba diving. And we only went down like, I don't know, 10 meters. It wasn't very far. But the first experience of being submerged with that thing on your face, and your instinct is to like panic breathe, and they're telling you to calm down, calm down. And I eventually calmed down and was able to sort of, mildly enjoy the experience. And I think that was the first time as an adult. I was probably 27 or 28 when I did that. And I think that was the first time as an adult I ever was like, you know what? I think if I did this enough times, I could get used to this and get over my fear of it. But I've never desired to do so, because it's like, I have other things I like to do with my life. But I do remember that feeling of like, once I calmed down, going, you know what? I bet if I did this enough times, I wouldn't be afraid of it anymore. And then as you get older, you start listening to other people talk about conquering their fears, and you realize, oh, that is possible to do that. It's possible to get over a phobia with just constant exposure to something. But I've just never been in an environment where I needed to get over it, if that makes sense. Like, I'm sure if I needed to do that for my day job, I would get over it really quick. Like, really quick. If that was the only way I could make a living, was to, like, go underwater and be a scuba diver or a welder or somebody who worked underwater, I could probably get over that in a week. You know what I mean? But I don't need to, so why? What about log trucks thanks to Final Destination? That's right, Burlak. Exactly that. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I don't like the ocean. Like, Chris can go out there and just, like, swim. And she's not afraid of it. And she'll go out there and snorkel. She loves the ocean. Chris loves the ocean. And I'm happy. I'm more than happy to just sit there under the shade and sip mojitos and watch my wife in a bikini. Like, I'm good. You swim, baby. I'll take the Instagram shots. There's too many critters out there that want to nip my bits.
Who are you?
The name's Atticus. I escaped the Medini prison camp when the demons attacked. I should have died there. Looks like Setharus had other plans for me. I joined up with some refugees. We have a camp close by. Path to reach it is behind the giant stone serpent. Head north from here. You should find it. These people need me.
I did find that
They're in
camp.
bad shape. I'm out here scrounging for supplies. Have you seen the destroyed ON vehicles on the road? They're northeast of the Weeping Knight statue. There's a truck that's still in good shape. If only I could find the keys and get it started, I could take these people to my father's farm in Sinedra.
Okay, I think I met your father.
I think I met your father. He's Ernest Cadell, right?
Yes, he's my father. I'm glad to know he's alive and well. This makes me want to get back home even more.
Did you see a strange door somewhere around here?
I saw a large door carved into the rock. Head back on this path and turn left. Continue on the path, and the door will be on your right. Careful, though. There's a huge demon lurking in front.
Okay, I don't think I have the right keys. But I do have some keys, but I don't think they're the proper keys. Oh, nope, I can't give him any of the keys because they're not the right keys. There's the windmill. He said keep going down the path and you'll see it off to your right. The giant demon. That's right, not today, Davy Jones. Not today. I'll sit here and sip my coladas at the beach, right? That's right. No, it's still alive. Right. That would be the door. And I got the keys to both. Before I open that door though, let me take my plate back to the kitchen and see if there's more coffee. The time traveler door. Joe says, it's like when my niece and I went to Pisa and she wanted to climb the tower. I was like, you go ahead, I'll be at the cafe drinking my beer, watching you forward to the top. Dude, I remember that same, when we went to Pisa, I had no desire to climb. I was like, nope, I'm good. I'm good. The only reason I even went scuba diving is because it was a big excursion. The girl I was with at the time, her mom had paid for everybody to be there. And it was like 30 family members and everything, and they were all going scuba diving. It's like, well, if everybody's doing it, I'll go. And it was rough. I mean, it was like, you know, you only get one shot. Do things at least once in your life. But climbing the Tower of Pisa, yeah, I'll pass. I don't like heights to begin with, and then like the idea of a tower that's gonna fall over at any second. But there's enough good food, good coffee, and good wine in Italy that I'm happy to enjoy Pisa from a distance. Pisa, 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 Pisa. Alright. Oh shit, this is gonna be a whole nother puzzle. Look at this. Are those going to be glyphs that I have to gather? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hang on. 4, 8. Oh shit, there's a whole bunch more down in here too. Oh snap, we just found a bunch of cool stuff. Alright, hold that. Hold the phone! Visible members, we must open Panto's coffin today. No more delays. It's directly beneath this floor. Just go through the hole in the wall. The coffin's mechanism appears to be locked by this riddle. Through his name, his title, the symbol of his order, and the date of inception of his order, shall the path be revealed. We solve it, and we proceed to our next phase. Let's finish this. This is Vitalis. His name, his title, the symbol of his order. Oh, that's going to be a whole other puzzle. Alright. Yeah, I have no relevant items for these things. Okay. So these are going to be, I don't know, glyphs or something. Founded 1513. So there's some sort of clue to all this. What do I think of the combat? Early thoughts video is up on YouTube with all of my early thoughts of the game so far. Published yesterday morning at about 7 o'clock after the first stream. Alright, that's that. Then we have 3 more symbols over here with like shields. I haven't found any of this stuff yet. Yeah, what was that movie? You just watched something called The Fall. I haven't seen that one, but what was that movie with I can't remember his name now. He played Robin in the Batman and Robin film, and he did a climbing movie in the 90s where he was like with his sister and dad, and in the early stages of the movie, like there's other climbers above them. Those climbers fall. They get caught in the fall. The dad cuts his line and dies, and the 2 kids that's like the intro to the movie, and then the two kids grow up and they have a climbing expedition adventure movie, and I remember that being terrifying when I watched it. I can't remember the name of it. I forced myself to watch that kid free solo Yosemite. It was on Netflix a few years ago. That psychopath who free climbed not Yosemite, El Capitan, which is in Yosemite, I believe. That I think it was called Free Solo. I can't remember the name of the movie. That was on Netflix. I forced myself to watch that, and was like the whole time I was sweaty palms and like feeling like I had diarrhea like the whole time. Like I just was like I cannot. And when they do, like when the kid goes in for the brain scans and they're like, oh yeah, there's this part of your brain that normal people have that feels fear. You don't have that. Like your fear receptors are not triggering. And that's how he's able to go up there and do these insane things, because he just has no fear. Like that those fear receptors are turned off for him, and so his sense of danger is like, no, I'm fine. I mean, he's like, if I fall, I die, big deal. And it's like, nah, man, that's not how normal people feel. Like normal people have an aversion to death to the point where if they are afraid of doing something that's deadly, they will avoid doing it. And his brain does not have that, and he's just like, I'm gonna go free climb and potentially fall to my death. And it's like, yeah, no. Pass. Vertical Limit is the name of the movie. Thank you very much. That is exactly the movie I was thinking of. Thanks, Mandalorian. Mandalorian. Man, there are things to slot all around the place in here. And I have no relevant items to go anywhere. It's acting like there's an object for me to pick. Oh, that's just a flashlight. Never mind. I just looked at it and realized it was one of those handheld lanterns. Order of the Eye, Full Guard, Vigil 1512, 1513. Stop. Vitalis, stop sketching on the whiteboard. You can't draw. Alright, that's a recorder. That's another recorder. Oh, dude, there's all sorts of stuff in here. Okay, there's a computer. Worn by General Pentos LJF, first of the Vigil. I want one of those cloaks, man. Alright, let's listen to the recorders.
The Umal Caves expeditions yielded two significant revelations. Confirmation that the calamity is real, and the existence of a plan to stop it, the so-called failsafe. We know nothing of this failsafe, nor of the artifact we recovered. All of these tomes, and not a shred of information. Whatever machinations the Full Guard of old had in mind, they were intent on keeping it a secret. I fear it is now lost in the folds of history. It seems to me the artifact may be part of a larger mechanism. Perhaps it is a key of sorts. Does it open another tomb or vault? Are there more such keys? It is clear to me that this artifact, this keystone, is a critical piece of the failsafe enigma. We must continue to pull at this thread until the truth reveals itself.
Alex, something like that. Yeah, I can't remember his last name off the top of my head. Discoveries we came upon in the Emo Caves are nothing short of astounding. How those discoveries led us here is truly fortuitous. The demon is adamant about bringing this dusty old cave into the modern age. There are several lifetimes worth of scrolls and manuscripts stored here. And a more efficient method of record keeping will be of great value. Wall grooves, wooden shields. There are 8 flower-shaped grooves in the entrance hall, each accompanied by a symbol displayed prominently on a wooden shield. They are part of a set. 3 flower-shaped grooves in the corner for the metal shields. Each is overlooked by a metallic aegis. Of those well-preserved coats of arms, I can only recognize our own, that of the Vigil. Grooves on both sides of the armor rack are meaningless. We're done wasting time in them. It is likely the grooves flanking the old banner are part of the solution. Decipher dates for each on the side of the whiteboard. There's a rudimentary translation key for an ancient language. Through it, we noticed that this place was called the Watcher's Nest. More importantly, we have translated the text accompanying the 4 flower-shaped grooves in the alcoves. Alcedo, Algea, Dio, and Rosa. We discovered these are the names of the last full guard generals, the so-called Wardens of the Eye. What is the significance of their inscription here? Every stone uncovered spawns more questions. Generators failed after the earthquake, thrust into darkness, creating infrastructure back online. A section of the wall crumbled, revealing a hidden burial chamber which we believe to be the tomb of Pentos Algea, the founder of the Vigil. The chamber is a treasure trove of revelations. Along with the sarcophagus, ornate illustrations adorn the walls. Once the rubble is cleared, we will hoist Gildas down into the chamber that he can begin to translate. Well, I don't see Gildas anywhere. 4 tokens, 4 distinct sets of grooves. I believe this mystery must be linked to Algea somehow. Perhaps the grooves represent his life, his accomplishments. Okay.
The revelation that we may have a traitor in our ranks weighs heavily on me. Our vows are sacrosanct. How could one betray the Order at a moment such as this? I harbor a growing suspicion, an insidious notion that is slowly taking root. Harrowing, if accurate. It chills me to the bone. I cannot inform the others until I have arrived at certainty without doubt. The risk of exposure is too great. What would she possibly have to gain?
She.
I pray that I am mistaken. The consequences would be disastrous. Likely the end of the Vigil as we know it.
I wonder if this refers to my mother, because there was a rift between them. I wonder if she was the traitor.
The tomes scattered around this hallowed ground speak of Pentos Algea, the first of the Watchers. It was Pentos who recognized that the Calamity would always remain a threat. From the ashes of the derelict Full Guard, he forged a new order to carry on our sacred charge. His foresight and tenacity are the reason the Vigil still exists today. There must be a reason he chose to conceal the existence of the failsafe and the keystone. Truly extraordinary that we should stumble upon his tomb after all these years. I pray it contains the answers we seek.
Huh. I don't have the codes for that one. I wish I could, like, zoom in and see what is being written here, but I can't. I love the air conditioner unit. Okay. Into the tomb we go.